Hello everyone, and how's the cold treating you? It's pretty bad here, seriously. I think it hasn't been so cold for about 50 years or so, they claim. But then they claim that every year. But it is really cold, and that's why you would notice that suddenly I seem to be repeating my words, or maybe mumbling a bit. But anywho, I'm back. And why am I back? Because, well, regarding my books again, suddenly I had the same question, a recurring question really, concerning my books by readers that suddenly stumble upon them. Um, the question being, why haven't they heard about my books before? And why am I not actively promoting my books? And why am I not marketing my books? Well, to be honest, it's not like I don't want to, but it's more of where I'm located. To me, that is one of my biggest obstacles, you could say, because frankly, I live in Pakistan. When I shifted here, like almost a decade ago, I was, well, in the beginning, I was very excited about it because I thought this was a good opportunity to, actually focus on my books and do something about them. Because I've been writing for decades, and up till then, I had only published one book a long time ago in the 90s. And it was very well received. It was locally published, so it was quite easy, to sell it, to have the book accessible to all. And marketing was fairly easy in the 90s, to be honest. Word of mouth also worked more. People claim that it still does, but I don't think it really does. Not the way it used to. And, well, now, I thought, okay, with social media and the internet and everything being global, things would be easier. But actually, it made things more difficult. I mean, yes, it was easy to have my books published online, to be able to have full control over the whole process, to make sure that the editing was done right, that there were no real printing mistakes. These were the things that we used to face a lot when dealing with uh, prints before, with the press. No matter how much you checked it out, they would make a lot of mistakes. And then you would end up with lots of copies full of typos and errors, and you had to go through the whole thing again. But so yeah, that was made easy, and then there was all this thing about it having a global accessibility because it meant that your books were there online, so anybody from any part of the world could easily see them, check them out, buy them. But uh, together with that came the cons of it. Now, in Pakistan, publishing hasn't much changed. In Pakistan, there is no such thing as traditional publishers, not the way the other countries view traditional publishers to be. In Pakistan, traditional publishers are more or less very similar to independent or private publishers or printers or the likes. These are publishers that writers have to pay to get their books printed. And although they call themselves publishers, but you not only do you pay them for services of editing and book cover and design and interior and printing and everything, but you have to market your books yourself. So that means basically they're glorified printers. You know, they call themselves publishers, but they're not really publishers in that way. They're glorified printers, really. And it's very expensive. It's really, really expensive. So you pay all that money to them just to get your books printed, and then you find out that you have to market your books yourself. That means you have to literally go to the bookshops and put in your books and talk to the people and deal with everything as an individual. And it can be, it's a very, very harrowing process, as we all know. Now, one would have thought that, taking all that PR into uh, on the internet, making it all digital would make things easier. But again, in the beginning, when it was all new, it would have been easier. Yes, it must have been easier. But it's not like that anymore. Because, come on, we all know that because of the uh, easy access to self publishing now, we have so many amazing writers that are out there. I think on a daily basis, thousands of books are released. And so it's not easy. No matter how vast the internet is, it's just not easy for all those thousands of books to be showcased properly. And because of that, we start with digital marketing and PR and everything. But again, it depends on your location where you are. For example, Amazon, the a lot of services that Amazon uh, claims to provide to its authors, these services cannot be utilized in certain countries, such as mine. I cannot really utilize the Amazon services that they give for authors to help market their books. And similarly, you have these book promos, it's the sites where you submit your books that they should be promoted. Again, being in a region like mine, it becomes difficult to seek out the right kind of promotional sites that could actually help you sell your books. Because of all these problems, at the end, one tends to abandon most of the marketing tools, marketing ideas, and then we get fairly restricted. We restrict ourselves to our friends, and very frankly, our friends, they're all like, "Oh yay, good for you, congratulations, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that," and at the end, everybody disappears. Nobody actually does anything, and obviously, you can't keep forcing them to. And then looking for the fact that's one of the biggest cons of not being able to publish your book locally, because when you publish it locally, as I said, your book is actually accessible, physically accessible. And many of these online book sites, they are not very practical for our countries.